let's talk about whether or not it's a good idea to pay off your rental property loan. If you own rental properties like I do, the real question is to ask yourself, what's the best use of the extra cash that you have as an investor? And so the word best often is different for many people. And so the idea of not having to worry about another mortgage payment might be just for you. So let's talk about the advantages to paying off your rental property. Here's 5 potential advantages if you decide to do that. Number 1 is increased cash flow. So on average, let's just pick a number of $125,000 loan. It's about $600 a month based on a 4% interest rate. And so not having that payment every month could be a definite advantage and more cash flow for you. Number 2, you can offer aggressive rents. You can actually pick and choose the type of renter that you want to rent to. And you're not over a barrel when it comes to choosing somebody that's just going to cover your expenses and might not be the best choice in renting to. Number 3, you will have fewer worries. We all need fewer worries in this world. I know that I do. And so having a tenant that might have a life-changing event happen and can't make their rent could be huge out-of-pocket expenses for an investor. And so I've heard many, many stories where it's been difficult for an investor to get a renter out of their property for many, many, many months. And so you don't want to be having to make those mortgage payments during that time period. Number 4, income more important than write-offs. Is the income more important to you? Is the property, generating maybe $2,000 a month in rent? And so therefore not having that mortgage payment could definitely give you that $2,000 a month income. Now, of course, is it more important than the write-offs? We'll talk about the disadvantage side in a moment. And then, of course, number 5, living debt-free. We all want to live debt-free, don't we? I know that I do. And so having several rental properties that are all paid off would be my dream, because then I would be completely debt-free and not having to worry each month. So those are 5 advantages. Now, let's talk about the disadvantages. One of the disadvantages actually is lower returns, believe it or not. So there is a table that I will include. If you write "hit me up" in the comments below, I will send you your copy, and it's the cash on cash returns. So I'm not going to go through the formula because it'll completely confuse you, but basically not having the leverage on a rental property can lower your cash on cash returns. So reach out to me if you'd like to have more information on cash returns. Number 2 disadvantage, fewer liquid assets. Obviously, if you pay off an existing mortgage, you'll have less cash available to you. So if there's an emergency, hopefully there isn't, but if there is and you need immediate cash, I know most people think, well, I can just sell it or I can refinance it. But the truth is that if you have to do that in a less opportune time, or the market is not doing well in that moment, you're going to get dinged with a lower value for sure. So fewer liquid assets. So it's always good to have cash on hand for those emergencies. Number 3, loss of tax write-off. I know for myself, I keep mortgages on my rental properties because I do like the fact that the tax of the mortgage interest is actually fully tax deductible. So you would lose that obviously if you pay off the mortgage. And last but not least, less diversification. Most people want to diversify their portfolio, especially if they're moving into retirement. So if you pay off and only have a real estate portion of your portfolio and no other areas of investments, then of course you're not diversifying as well and not spreading things out evenly. So it really, in closing, is a variety of factors. So think about paying your rental property, and if it's right for you, great. If it's not, and you're actually just a new investor and you tuned in to find out what to do or what not to do as an investor, we're happy to have a consultation with you at any time if you're just thinking about buying or if you're thinking about liquidating any of your existing rental properties. I'm Natasha, Koch with the Van City Home Team, and I look forward to seeing you every every week for our Tuesday tips. Hopefully you found this informative, and I'd love for you to click below to be notified on any other videos, or reach out to us at any time if you have any questions. Have a great week, everybody.